New beer from Northern Monk. This is a Transcendental. It is called a Far Out IPA. But what's a Far Out IPA, I hear you ask? Well, keep on watching and you might just find out. Welcome back to Rocker's Beer Review. Today we're going to be reviewing a brand new beer from Northern Monk. This is called Transcendental and it is called a Far Out IPA. I think that could be just some sort of marketing rubbish. I said in the intro you can find out, but to be honest I'm not really sure what a Far Out IPA is. It says here it's getting down just for the funk of it. It's supposed to be funky, but it's got Strata and Citra hops in it. Strata seems to be appearing more and more as a type of hop. And as I said, if you look at the can, it's very much a Northern Monk-esque. And I don't know, because it's got the trans bit in it, that it's part of the transient family. And other beers that are similar to this, like Scaffel, the low alcohol ones like Striding Edge. It's 6.5% though, so I think it's going to be a pretty solid IPAs. I do like Northern Monk and I do like their IPAs. Certainly the supermarket ones are some of the best beers you can get in the supermarket. But this one, at the moment, I got it from a bottle shop, so it's not in supermarkets. Whether it will appear in there, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's get this beer out of the can and see what it's like. Just have a quick look at it. It doesn't really say much else, except for it's just supposed to be a bit funky. So, is it going to be much different than a lot of other IPAs? I'm expecting it to be in the sort of New England type of IPAs, but you know, let's have a look, shall we? Certainly already I can smell very sort of tropical aromas. Beer in the glass, as you would expect, yellowy, custardy looking. We've got a bit of an idiot pour, two and a bit fingers of white fluffy head, pretty compacted, quite a lot of carbonation going up there. Let's get some aromas. Yeah, I'm getting pineapple and I'm getting grapefruit. Not usual that you get grapefruit, you know, in the aromas as strong as this is. Yeah, pineapple and grapefruit. It smells a bit like a lilt. Smells really good. It smells really funky. So I'm looking forward to this one. Cheers, everyone. Quite strong pineapple. There's a little subtleness of grapefruit in there as well. I wouldn't say it was overly grapefruit. There's certainly no bitterness in it at all. Lovely and soft, like a lot of these, certainly like the Transient, which I think is actually, the Transient's a double dry hopped IPA. This is just a Far Out. I don't think it's double dry hopped, but it's got a real nice, soft, pillowy sort of mouthfeel to it. So soft and smooth, it's fantastic, and you know, it's starting to become a trademark with Northern Monk. They're starting to really get their mouthfeels dead on, really. It's a solid beer. Pineapples, a bit of mango in there. Are we getting any citrus? Not that much, but it's a little bit of grapefruit. But the grapefruit is it's really lovely and subtle. I love that. You know you're tasting a bit of grapefruit because you're getting that slight zestiness from the grapefruit. But you're not getting any sort of grapefruit rind, you know, the skin. You're not getting that sort of bitterness that you can sometimes get with grapefruit. But again, it's all about the mouthfeel. It's a tremendous beer. Northern Monk, I mean, you know that I talk about Verdant and I talk about Daya a lot, and I talk about Polly's being my sort of three favourite breweries. But I actually think Northern Monk, because they're sort of solid sort of beers like this one, like the supermarket beers, are just so good, you know. And it's like, it's easy to sort of just dismiss them because they're in supermarkets, but actually they make absolutely great beers. And it's like what craft beer is all about. It's great beers, but for the masses to some extent, you know, it's readily available. I'm sure a lot of people have had a Northern Monk beer at some point. I think it's a brilliant beer. So this is the Transcendental Far Out IPA, Strata and Citra, fantastic mouthfeel, lovely soft tropical fruits. It's another winner from the Northern Monk. Let's get some scores. Okay, the scores are in for Transcendental. This is a Northern Monk Far Out IPA coming in at 6.5% in a 440ml can with Citra and Strata Hops. It's another great beer from Northern Monk. Really, really good beer. Really, you know, they do make great sort of New England style beers, whether it be the Scaffell, the Transcendent, even Order of the Faith. These are real great beers from Northern Monk. And I haven't really had, certainly in those big cans, I've not had a bad Northern Monk beer. But let's go through the scores. First thing's aroma. Well, it's got a lovely sort of pineapple and grapefruit sort of aroma. It reminds me of a lilt, you know, in terms of the smell, the soft drink, because of those sort of fruit sort of aromas. It's a lovely smelling beer, really good, tropical notes all over it. Really, really a little bit funky, I suppose you could say. 14, I'm giving it for aroma. Appearance, well, it's another yellow, cloudy, hazy New England IPA style. Look at the lacing of the glass, that's really good. You've got a head there that seems to be retained all the way down. I'm giving it a solid 8 out of 10. Flavour wise, well, like the aromas, you've got that pineapple that's sort of quite big, but you've also got quite a bit of grapefruit in there. But the grapefruit's almost to the level of sweetness. You know it's grapefruit because you can taste that sort of slight sharpness, but you're not getting that sort of bitterness. So I like to describe it more like a pink grapefruit, which is a little bit sweeter than a normal sort of grapefruit. It's just nicely balanced. Absolutely top mouthfeel. It's got a nice sort of medium sort of body, very low carbonation, and just a nice soft pillowy sort of, you know, mouthfeel. Just it goes down so well. It's a tremendous beer in terms of the mouthfeel. But Northern Monk, they're cracking onto these mouthfeels like no one's business. Really, really good. They're up there, I think, with your sort of Dayers and your Verdants in terms of the mouthfeels. So I'm giving it a 35 for flavour. Value for money, well, what did I pay? I paid nearly £5 for this. It's not the cheapest, so I'm knocking it back. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 though, because it's still a really solid beer, 6.5%. Strata and Citra, yeah, great. And then on my overall experience, well, you know, I was hoping I was going to have a few sips of this and I was going to sit down and enjoy this, but I'm drinking it so quickly that it's one of those beers that you just want to keep drinking it. It's very, very moreish. So that makes it high in terms of the overall experience because it's just really, really nice to drink. Lovely mouthfeel. I'm going to say that again. I've said it 100 times. Nice flavours of pineapple and grapefruits, but nothing too overpowering. Sometimes the pineapple can be a little too sweet or a little bit too sharp. The grapefruit can come in and can be a little bit bitter, but it's not with this beer. This is a really great beer and a great balance of beer. 16 I'm giving it for my overall experience. So tighten those scores up, we're getting a very highly recommended 81. So it's an Iron Maiden, it's the heaviest of heavy metal. If you see this beer, say it's brand new, it's just come out. I don't know if it's going to suddenly appear in the supermarkets. It'd be great if it does and it was coming in at £3. It'd be a super beer. But although saying that, the Transient is £4 in Morrison. So I'm not sure whether if this does appear in the supermarkets, it will be around about that price. But it's about time Morrison's got some new beers in because they haven't had anything new for a while. So maybe this is part of it, and they're just doing a sort of quick release, you know, to the bottle shops or direct from their website. It's a great beer. If you see it, give it a try. It's up there with the best of Northern Monks. So 81, highly recommended. Hope you enjoy that video. I'm off to enjoy the last sort of few sips of this beer, and until the next one, keep on rocking.